gift card. So if you want to enter into that, just drop a like on this video, make sure to drop a comment, also be subscribed to the channel, and let me know that you want to win. So thank you guys so much, and let's get into today's video. So the first life hack here today is something that we really all should have been doing when we were kids to keep our straws from coming out of our drinks. But if you actually put a straw through the little tab on the soda can, that's actually gonna make it so that your straw does not come out of your drink. If you just have some nosy friends or something you're really just trying to hide and you do not want anybody getting into your phone by actually using an accented letter as your passcode, no one will actually be able to guess it. I mean, I know a lot of us out there, myself included, do have that 4-digit passcode, or you just use, your thumbprint on your iPhone or whatever it may be, but this is actually a really good way to keep your phone extra secure. This life hack right here is something that's absolutely plagued me for a very, very long time. When I actually been really missing out on this one is actually to make a BLT or any toasted sandwich. Place 2 slices of the bread in the single toaster. That way the bread gets warm and toasty on the outside, but stays soft and chewy on the inside. I definitely know I've been on the receiving end of my parents making me, let's say, a sandwich for lunch. They toast it all up, but the bread gets all sort of crappy, and it just, it doesn't taste that great. And I definitely think this is some way to make sure that your bread does stay all good, nice and warm on the inside without being, just super crusty and everything like that. Have you ever wanted to know if your battery is, dead, or if it's good to use or anything like that, but you don't necessarily have a battery life detector, meter thing, whatever you want to call them? Well, you can actually drop the battery from around 6 inches or just a little bit around there onto a table, and if they give you one small bounce and fall right over, that means they have plenty of juice in them and they're good to go. But if they do bounce around and fall around any more than that, then they're probably dead, or at least on their way out, and have little to no juice left in them. This will be really useful, or would have been really useful when I was a younger kid, and I just didn't know this. And we did have a battery detection meter, but sometimes you just slapped them right in the control, or you just ran outside with your friends and the batteries ended up being dead. So if I really would have known this back then, this would have been super useful. But now you know it, so put some use to it. For anybody out there that actually does drive a car, and this is what the stick looks like for you, actually putting a koozie on it can save you from just burning your hand on hot days. I'm telling you guys right now, the one in my car is all black, and it does get pretty freaking hot in the summer, and sometimes it does kind of suck to have to be able to use it. But with that being said, I'm definitely probably gonna go put a koozie on mine the next time it gets pretty freaking hot outside. If you're like myself and you have to drink a fair bit of water throughout the day, personally I just have fitness sort of goals that I need to drink a decent bit of water for. But if you just want to make sure that you're actually getting in a good amount of water, then actually just mark down some stuff on the side of water bottles, and that way by a certain time of the day you actually have to drink a certain amount of water. This is very useful, and if you can visually see this, you're more inclined to do so and actually be able to complete your goals. So I'd highly recommend, if you're struggling with drinking a lot of water, or you're just trying to wean some sort of sodas or anything else out of your diet and you're trying to get more water in your system, actually do this, and it will be surprisingly effective. I 100% guarantee there are some of you guys out there that actually have trouble sleeping. So if you have trouble sleeping, be sure to drop a like on the video, because I know this is actually going to help you out. If you blink fast for a minute, your eyes will actually tire out and help you fall asleep, because I guarantee you, if you try blinking for a minute, don't do it in this video because I don't want you to fall asleep mid-video, but if you actually manage to blink really fast for a good minute or so, your eyes will become sleepy. Personally, every time I lay down, I can just fall asleep, and I sleep for a solid 8 to 9 hours just like a rock through anything and everything. But for those of you guys out there that are lighter sleepers, or just kind of have some trouble getting to go to sleep, definitely try this one out. I cannot tell you how many people that I've talked to that have tons and tons of stress. Or if you just have a headache, you can actually eliminate stress and headaches in 5 minutes just by resting in this position. So get something to elevate your lower back, lay down real fast, and put your legs up against the wall like you see in the picture. You will be very surprised that this actually does work. I've used this once or twice myself, and even though I'm not really much of a stressful person, I did have a headache the other day, and I managed to find this around on the internet, and it's pretty freaking useful. Have you ever wanted to become rich but actually don't necessarily want to work a ton, or you're just kind of more of a lazier person, but actually there's this really cool tip and trick, aka a life hack, where you can put away $5 every time you find one of those bills that comes in your possession? And this person right here managed to save over $3,335 in just a year of saving $5 bills every time they came into her possession. That is absolutely crazy and pretty freaking awesome, if I do say so myself. You can do a lot of things with almost $3,500, so definitely go give this a shot. I mean, personally, I don't like to carry around bills that much, but if I do find a $5 bill, you bet your ass I'm definitely going to be trying this out. 100% guarantee that everybody that watches this video has used a keyboard or has used a computer in their life, and they've actually had an issue where you got tons of dust or you got crumbs or anything. Let's say you're eating a Nature Valley bar, aka crumbs for days. You're gonna have a lot of crumbs getting in your keyboard. Actually, put in a post-it note right there, run it between the keys, and that will help you out greatly. There is literally nothing better than an ice cold Coca-Cola on a summer day. So if you want to get your Coke really cold, really fast, wrap a wet paper towel around the beverage and put it in the freezer. In about 15 minutes, it'll be almost completely ice cold. So regardless, your freezer is going to make it, of course, colder faster than your refrigerator, but putting a nice wet towel around it's going to just amplify that and make it so it gets a lot colder a lot faster. So if you're in a little bit of a time crunch, you really want to get some drinks in there and make sure they're cold by the time you go out, definitely give this a shot because, hey, it's getting you stuff colder a lot faster. I will bet you that 99.100% of the moms out there have made pancakes at some point or another for their kids, or whether that be you, or you're going to be out there making pancakes for somebody else, and you really just do not want to get a lot of mess out there because everybody's experienced a time where you just have a lot of mess when you're making pancakes. So put that mix in a ketchup bottle for an entirely 100% no mess experience. This is something that I've definitely complained about, where my Wi-Fi signal or just my internet's really not as fast as it should be for where I'm at in the house. You can actually increase the strength of your Wi-Fi signal by making a booster dish out of aluminum foil in an old box. This also works in reverse. Wrapping your laptop in aluminum foil will boost the range of your wireless card and improve the strength of any signals you receive. It's also pretty dope for hopping on your neighbor's connection. You know, I'm not saying you should do this, but if they happen to have unlocked Wi-Fi, then kinda it's like, hey, why not? With myself having a fairly large desk and a lot of monitors and just all sorts of different cables, actually putting paper clips can organize your cables and keep them in a specific spot. Let's say charging cables, anything like that, Ethernet ports, just anything you really want to put right there. That is going to be super useful so they do not fall down. You don't really have to go around and mess with a bunch of different stuff and get up and just waste unnecessary time looking for things when they could be right there clamped to the end of your desk. If this has ever been a struggle for you where you've been trying to eat a strawberry and you just have to get around that pesky little stem right there, be sure to drop a like on the video. This actually does help you remove that little stem by using a straw, just poking it through the bottom, pushing it out the top. You actually get a lot more of the strawberry than as opposed to just eating around it. So that is actually awesome, and next time there's strawberries around for me, you betcha I'm actually going to be taking a straw and trying this out. I think virtually everybody is guilty of this, whether we're not getting enough sleep or we just don't really feel like getting up, and so our brain just kind of, tunes out the alarm. If you happen to be a heavy sleeper or just anything else like that, be sure to actually put your smartphone, anything you got, in a cup, and that will crank out the volume, because as you know, the sound waves are just going to be amplifying right out there, and it's going to make it a hell of a lot harder for you actually to be able to sleep through your alarm. And it's also pretty handy dandy if you want to play some music but don't really have any extra speakers. So try that out. This is something that's actually really freaking cool. If you actually want to make a really dope light, just to try that out, you can actually put your cell phone light underneath a water bottle and make a lantern that distributes light better than a directional beam. So I mean, hey, if you got your iPhone, you got some Gatorade laying around the house, be sure to go try this out. It's going to make a really cool effect, and I definitely think you guys would enjoy this. If you're like myself and you just want to make that one trip as often as freaking possible, and you want to just put everything into your arms, you do not want to make multiple trips back out there, bring one of those little carabiner things and start putting all your groceries on that. It can hold up to 50 pounds of groceries for this fellow, and he lives on the 5th floor of an apartment complex, so he's got a long ways to go. So I can definitely see why he does not want to go all the way back down there to his car and make multiple trips. I personally am dealing with this one myself, where I just have a crappy charge cord. It has been bent every which way from when I'm laying in bed or anything else like that, and I really wish I would have found out about this life hack just earlier. Just take the spring from an old pen and wrap it around your charge cord to keep it from bending and breaking. It really cannot get much better than that. Saving you some time, some money, and some hassle. I won't lie to you guys, right now my cable management and my setup is kind of atrocious. I am really bad at cable management, so if I had some bread clips, you betcha I'm actually going to be labeling some stuff out. Well, this is going to be very useful for you guys if you happen to want to just cable manage yourself a little bit better, or just even know what is what, because I'm telling you, it's not like they color coordinate cords. A lot of stuff's just black or gray like you see in the picture. They don't tell you what's up, so unless you know exactly where everything is, and the chances are, if you're like me and you just have a ton of cords from recording software, things you need to plug in here and there, and microphones and monitors and all this stuff, you're not going to be remembering what it all is. And for the last one here today, if you do happen to have a zipper that is stuck, you can just rub a graphite pencil in the teeth to fix it. That's so useful. I cannot tell you guys how many times I've had problems with zippers, and it's just like, how do you even get stuff undone or get it to go back up? Sometimes they're just a massive pain in the ass, but I do think this is a really awesome life hack, and you guys should definitely go try it out. I do want to thank you guys all so much for stopping by for today's video. If you haven't enjoyed it and you want to be entered into that giveaway, be sure to drop a like, a comment, and subscribe if you happen to be brand new, and I shall see you guys all in a future video. But until next time, my dudes, take it easy, just remember, don't triple cap, don't be Randy, and I'm out. Peace.